Okay, now we can start. The class is um, the recording. So, welcome once again to today's class. Would not forget to give a shout out to the DG of NITA, the person of Malam Achifu Inua, and the DG of the digital literacy and capacity building, the person of Olaji Aminu Tamboa, and the founder of the Bodilon Omije Foundation, person of Professor Bodilon Omije, for making this program a success. So, like I said, today's class will be very easy, very simple, because we'll be introducing an interesting tool. So, the plan for today is we're looking at because this is our third meeting. If I'm not mistaken, this should be our third meeting and our second week. So, from the curriculum, if you have it, which I'm sure they sent it to you before the class started, we are looking at team collaboration platform. So we're looking at digital collaboration tools that help you collaborate with teammates or work colleagues digitally. And the tool we're going to be introducing today is the Slack. Slack. If we have time, we'll look at the Microsoft Teams. The Microsoft Teams is a lot easier, which is why I'm going to deal with the Slack first, and then we look at the Microsoft Teams. Right. So what we are hoping to achieve today is to know communication and how collaboration tools help in communication, to understand how team messaging platforms work. We'll look at how channels and communication is structured in these collaboration tools, how they are different from the conventional messaging tools that we have, like our text messages and our WhatsApp messages and social platforms. And we're going to look at how we can manage remote teams, right? So those are the objectives of today's class, right? So like I said, today's class is going to be interactive. For us to interact very well, I'm going to need something from you guys. So I'll need 10 volunteers, and these 10 volunteers, you should be using your laptop. So that's the first criteria. So if you're using your laptop, I'll need a volunteer, 10 volunteers. So what I want you to do is to, in the message in this meeting, drop your email address, your active email address, as I'm going to be sending you an invite to collaborate with me, right? I don't know if we got the instruction. Said I need 10 volunteers, 5 or 10, as the case may be. I need volunteers. Drop your email address in the call message. Okay, I can see the responses. Drop your email address in the in-call messages. I'm going to use that email to send you an invite so that we can practice along and collaborate. And you see how the Slack tool works in real time. All right, thank you. While I'm waiting for your email addresses, I will continue. Okay, all right. I'm seeing responses. Okay, that means we can start. So, like I said, the tool we're introducing today is the Slack tool. Slack, that's the name of the platform or the tool. It helps for um, collaboration and communication amongst team members, right? So, the first thing we're going to do today is, oh, and by the way, I want to give a shout out to those people that did the assignments. That was impressive. Some people reached out to me, and we were able to solve some of the problems some of the issues they had. That's also good. I'm still reviewing the assignments and to assess you guys. You get my response from me as soon as possible. If you've not done the assignment, there are no strict rules as to deadline. the point is the reason behind the idea behind the assignment or the task is for you to understand how these tools work basically, right? If you have any questions, like I said, reach out to me. Some people reached out to me and were able to sort things out, right? So even after this class, if you've not done um the challenge or the assessment, please um do it. Oh, somebody sent a question. Must we use a laptop? Yeah, ideally, I'd recommend you use a laptop. But if you don't, the trick is if you send your email address to me and you're not using a laptop, you're going to have to download the Slack mobile app. Well, it's an easy process. When we get there, I'll tell you what to do. So let's continue. So, like I said, the Slack tool is used for digital collaboration. You have a company or you have a workspace and you want to collaborate with tools, you need to assign roles. You don't want everything to be scattered, you want it organized. That is um, what the Slack is for. It helps to manage a community, a team, right? So I'm going to start with um, explaining how the Slack interface work before I before we start collaborating and doing things. All right. So give me a second to share my screen. Okay, so let's continue. So like I said, I'm going to go to the Slack platform, explain the interface. I feel like that was some the issues some people had with the Notion. I don't think I fully explained the whole interface of the Notion. So most people found it a bit complex or confusing. So what I'm going to do today, what we're going to do is I'm going to explain and make you understand how the Slack environment works because it can be a bit overwhelming if you've not used it before. Then before we start doing whatever it is we want to do today. All right. So now when I'm of the assumption that you are the team lead for your company or for your team, right? So it means you're the one to create the Slack community. So that's the assumption. We are all the team lead. So the first thing you do, you head over, create a new tab. I'm going to head over to Slack. I can just quickly search it on please I hope you can see my screen. Okay, all right, thank you. So just head over to Slack, just search it on Google for ease. The first result you get is there. So you click the first link there. So when you click the first link, you are presented with the home page. You're going to get things like, but your point is you're trying to sign in, right? So I already have an account. If you don't have an account, please, if your microphone is unmuted, please mute it. So you head over to the website slack.com. If you already have an account, you click on sign in. If you don't have an account, you click on get started. So let's click on get started. I already have an account, but if I click on get started to take me to the login page, login page, right? Now there are different ways you can sign up or sign in on the Slack community. Now you can use your Google account or you can use your iOS account, right? So I already, if it's your first time using Slack, just and you have a Google account, you can just click here, Google. If you can see my mouse pointer, Google. If you have an iOS account, click on Apple, or you use your work email. If you have a company email or a corporate email address, you can use that to create an account. But I already have an account, right? So I'm going to go ahead and sign into an existing workspace, right? So I'm going to sign in, then to take me to the login page, which is almost as the previous page that we had. Then I'm going to click on Google. So I'm going to use my Google account, right? So I'll click on Google. Um, okay. So this email address I have here is not registered, so we can use this. All right, create, let's do this to go ahead. It's going to do some initializations. Just click continue, and yeah. So if it's your first time, just like this, it will identify that, oh, you're new to Slack, right? So now that's where we are. Now this is where it gets interesting. Now from here, you can start creating your workspace. You can start creating your workspace, right? So the next thing I'm going to do is to create a workspace. I'm going to create a workspace, right? Let me, okay, right. So I'm going to tell me to create a new workspace. You go ahead and click on, you just read their terms of service if you want. If you want newsletter from Salesforce or Slack, you can click this, but it's not necessary. It's not important. So I'm going to continue to new workspace. Okay, I think my network. Okay, all right. So, all right. So now that we are here, to take you to where you can create your workspace, right? So we can decide to, I can decide to change the workspace name. Let's call it productivity tool. Let me use underscore tools 4IR, so we know what we're looking at. All right. So let's see. I'm going to click next, and then it will tell you to add the name of the team lead. So since you're the one creating the workspace, you're going to choose your name so that your teammates understand. So my name is Victor Eberichi, right? I can decide to choose a picture, but for now, let's leave that. If you want, you can do that. Select a picture from your local drive and upload it so your teammates can recognize you. And then we click next. Now, you can decide to start adding teammates here or co-workers here, but we'll skip this for now and do that later, right? We'll skip this for now. So let's skip this step first. All right, they have the paid version, the pro version, and the free version. So if you're doing something very professional in a corporate environment, yeah, you should pay and get more features. But for the sake of learning purpose, so we can practice, we'll stick to the limited version. All right. Now, when you're done, you're faced with this environment, right? So like I said, what we're going to do today is I'm going to explain what each of these things mean here so that you understand before we start working. All right. So now when you open the Slack environment for the first time, like I said, Slack is channel based. It's like a channel based messaging platform. Like unlike email addresses, like conversations are like threads, they are buried in threads, right? So what Slack does is it organizes your communication based on channel or based on thread, right? So now when you open the Slack environment, you have the sidebar, right? This sidebar, which is the navigation hub. We call it navigation hub, right? So this sidebar, you have things like your um like this P now means is the workspace name. So I can decide to add a new workspace. If I'm done with this workspace, if we've achieved the project we wanted to achieve, and then we're done, I can create a new workspace. Or if I'm working with another set of maybe another firm, and then we want to do something else, I can create a new workspace for that. But for now, you have your workspace here. See the name, we chose productivity tools, fourth industrial revolution. Now the next thing is your home, right? Then this is your main view. So if you notice, the home is already selected. So when you open Slack for the first time, the home is always already selected. That's your main view. Then you have DMs. We already know this. DMs means direct message. So if a coworker or a teammate sends you a direct message as the owner of that workspace, this is where you receive those. Then this ellipse here, you have things like activity, right? Activity shows notifications, right? Including when you're mentioned in a channel or in a thread or in a message, this is where you see it. Mostly in notifications, actually. Then you have files. So if an attachment is sent to you, this is where you access those, right? And then um this is your settings, this is your profile, and this is tools. This is where your add-ons that Slack has. This is where you can access those, right? So now that is for the sidebar, right? The navigation hub. Now we have um channels and direct messages. So if you look at, if you come here, you're going to see here now we have channels and direct messages. Now, these are very important. Other channels, we have you have things like functions, um, you have hashtags. So hashtags, anywhere you see hashtag is a public channel, right? Then private channels are the ones that are locked. So let's say, for example, we do this. If I say add channel, I want to create a new channel, I can decide to lock it. If I put a hashtag, then it becomes a public channel. But we'll do that much later. So this is where you have your channels. This is where you have direct messages. So if somebody sends you a direct message, you see it here, right? Now, if you invite people, those people can now see the direct message that is sent. So you can invite people to send you DMs, right? Then we have the message area. Now, this is the center point, the main canvas where you type messages, you send, where you add attachments. So we have the message header, right? So we have the message header, we have the message feed. So in the message feed, because there are no messages yet, if we start sending in messages, you begin to see these messages stacked together. So those are called the message feed. Then we have the message field. The message field is this point here where you type your message. Now that's the message field where you process your text, you format it, add emojis as the case may be, add audio files or audio clips or attachments as the case may be. Now we have one other thing. I think this thing is blocking it. Hold on. We have the search bar. Now the search bar here, right? The search bar, it helps you search for anything. So if your channels are plenty, messages are plenty, threads are plenty, and there's something specific you're looking for, you can just search for that keyword and locate it. So you can also call the search bar knowledge base. We call it knowledge base too. And then we have the profile. So if I come here, this is my profile here, right? So you have the profile. You can set your status, update your status, set yourself as online or away. Because currently I'm active, I can try to set it as away, right? Then so these are like the most important things we are going to be looking at, right? So now something I wanted to explain is Slack has a feature where you can send messages or reply messages as threads, right? So instead of cluttering the main channel with messages, you can reply as a thread. That is, you can reply specifically to a particular message. So by the time I invite us to this workspace and we start experimenting, we'll get the hang of it. So you can add reactions, emojis, as the case may be, right? So that's basically what the Slack, how the Slack environment looks like. So this green icon here is for you to send. You can send a message, and then you can schedule when you want to send the message. That's an interesting thing about Slack. You see that you can either send the message instantly after typing, or you can schedule the time you want the message to be sent. So that's very good. So now that we have looked at the environment and the very important things in Slack, I'm going to now get those people that sent me email, and then I'm going to invite you to join this workspace, right? Okay, so let's get started. So let's go to invite.
Hello.
Please, we should mute our microphone. Okay, I think I'm having a bit of a network issue. Hold on, let me share my screen again. Okay, I'm sure you can see my screen now. Okay, all right. So now I'm going to invite teammates to join. So let's get started. I'm going to get the email addresses. I hope it's not more than 10 email. I wanted 10 email addresses. Oh my god. So it's going to be on a first come, first serve basis. So I'm going to start with the first people. the setting. So I'm going to do this right. See, then right. Okay. I hope you can see how I'm adding people. You you can see how I'm adding teammates to the public channel productivity tools for fourth industrial revolution. Okay. Then so another way to add people is you can decide to add. You have a workspace. For example, your company has like a workspace account, and then you have teammates already signed up to that workspace. You can just add them from the workspace. So at once, instead of having to copy their emails one after the other. But because we are not in the same workspace, that's why I'm adding like this. Okay. Okay. Email address written LinkedIn. Still keep adding people. I think I've exceeded 10 actually. Okay, let me. I want everybody to be carried along, so I'm going to copy all the email addresses I have here. But please, if you've not sent, please don't send again. It's getting too much so that we can proceed. Uh, okay, so this is all right. So I'm going to add about 18. See. Okay, I think I'm dealing with a bit of network. Hold on a bit. All right, let's try this again. Okay, let's try this again. So I'm going to paste this. Okay. So by the time I'm done, you're going to get an invite from me to your email. So when you get the invite, you should click the link. If you're using a smartphone, you'll be prompted to download Slack. Click download link on the download Slack link to take you to Play Store where you download Slack so that you can create an account if you don't have an account before, or sign in if you already have an account. Right. Okay. Uh, I think this will be the last time. Okay, so let me add. So I'm going to invite as members, right? So for now, I'm not adding anybody to any channel just yet. So I'm going to send this. Yeah, so I'm going to I'll give us 2 minutes to check our emails and accept the invite. And if you've started getting the email for invites, I would like to get responses from you, please. No response. Have you started getting emails?
I've gotten.
Yes, I have
Okay,
gotten
so
also.
yeah, if you've gotten, click
Yes,
the
I have
link.
got.
join- Yeah, click the link and join the workspace. Okay, still waiting for us to join. So how many people have clicked the link?
I've clicked the link. I'm on the site
Okay.
currently.
Okay. So have you joined your Slack has opened, right?
Yes, it has opened.
Okay. All right.
Sorry,
Yeah.
sir. Are we
See,
supposed to open the link? If we're using a laptop, should we use our laptops to open the link, or we can as well open on our mobile devices?
if you want to use your mobile device, sure, go ahead. If you're using your laptop, you can use your laptop. Why I wanted us to use laptop was the laptop environment is the same as the one I'm using, so that we don't get conflicted. I don't know if you understand. So you can use your mobile
Under-
device if you want. I can
So
see
did you
people
Understood.
that,
understand it?
yeah.
So actually, my question was that if you are using your laptop and your mobile devices at the same time, are you supposed to use your mobile device to join the Slack, or you are using your laptop to do that?
You can use your laptop, you can use your mobile device, but you don't use the two at the same time. Use your laptop. I recommend using your computer. But if you want to use your mobile device, you can. There's no strict rule surrounding it. I can only see 3 people that have successfully joined. You can see Future Effiong has joined. Um, Zena Brown has joined. Okay.
It's actually asking to create an account. Is that okay?
Yeah. You what?
It's asking us to create an account.
Yeah. So if you don't have an account, you have to create an account.
All right.
Yeah, so just use your Google account to create. It's easier. Sign up with Google. It's just one click and then to direct you to the Slack platform.
So I haven't gotten any email yet.
Oh, really? Okay, what's your did you send your email to the call in the message?
Yes, I did. Jane Obonna 90 at gmail.com. I even
Send
saw
it,
when you added me.
oh,
Yeah,
for
but
you.
I've not seen an email. Yeah.
Send it again. Send it again. Let me add you again.
Okay.
Even mine, I don't know if you added mine to this thing. I can't, I'm not receiving any message.
So, all right. Let me copy this and let me add you now. So I just added you, so you should get an email. Okay, so I can see people that have joined. Oh, very good. Okay, more people are coming in. Now this is interesting. So what it means is that we are now in this in a workspace. We are in the same workspace, so we can collaborate and do whatever it is we want to do. So what I'm going to do now, which I'm very sure you can see my screen. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new channel. Right. So I'm going to create a new channel. I'm going to create a new channel. I'm going to call the channel, let's call it so because we're in a class, let's just use it as our class collaboration. So because, and please, if you have questions, I will take your questions in a minute later. Let me just quickly explain something. There will be time for questions. I would respond to everybody. Thank you. Okay. Maxwell, blessing. Yeah, I've got your email. I'm adding you now. Just hold on a bit. Yes. All right. So you should join anytime soon now. All right. So we want to create some channels where we can, you know, collaborate. So I'm going to create a new channel, right? I'm going to call that channel. Let's add this. I'm going to call that channel general. So it's going to be our general classroom channel, right? So it's going to be a public channel, right? You can make it private. So the general channel is going to be public. Let's make it public because it's a general channel. So I'm going to create the general channel. So as you can see, we now have a new channel. Now we can add people to this channel. So I can decide to add, let's see. Okay, let me not add people yet. So we've created a general channel. Let's create a classroom discussion channel. Let's say classroom gist. Let's call it classroom gist. I'm going to call it classroom gist, right? And then we're going to go ahead and make it public. Yeah, let's make it public. So for now, we've not started adding people to the channel yet. Then we are going to go ahead and create another channel. I'm going to call that channel, let's call it assignment team. Assignment teams, right? So now this one, we are going to, let's see if we can make this one assignment team private. So I'm not going to make it public. It's going to be specifically for some people, right? So let's create it. Good. Now that we've created down, I'm going to skip this for now. All right. So we've created 3 channels. Other than the ones that were existing before, we have the general channel, right? We have classroom gist, and then we have the assignment team. So if you're following along, you see that we've done one thing, we've created channels. So I'm going to add people. I'm going to add us to this, but I'm going to ask us a question and then we're going to do something. So in the general channel, I'm going to send in a post. I'm going to say, sorry, hello everyone. So let me make it bold. I'm going to send it. All right. So now that I've sent it, I want us to confirm for me if we are seeing the message. Please, can we all see my screen? Is anyone not see my screen? I can see some people are complaining not seeing my
No, I
screen.
can't see your screen. Yes.
Okay. So I just sent a post. I posted something on the general channel. Now the people I added to the Slack workspace, can we see hello everyone? Like in Slack, are you seeing hello everyone? I just need somebody to unmute.
No, I can't see it too.
Good. You know why? Well, you can't see
Why?
my screen, or you can't see the hello
I can
everyone
see
on
your
Slack.
screen, but I can't see the hello in the general channel on
Now
Slack.
you know why? Because I've not added people to that channel, right?
Okay.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come to this channel, right? And I'm going to come here and add people, right? So now I cannot add people that are not already in the workspace. So the workspace is like the office, the building, the company or whatever. Then the channels are like teams where we can collaborate. So I'm going to add some people. Let's say I have future. I have cannot really tell everybody's name. I have so it's going to give me suggestions. I have this. I have names starting from B. If there are any. Okay, I have blessing. I have this. So I'm not going to add, I'm not going to add everybody. So I'm going to go ahead and add these 4 people. And then I'd like for these 4 people to tell me that they can see my post. So I'm going to send in another hello. And I'd like for these 4 people to confirm that they've been added to the channel and they can see my posts.
I'm in the channel now and I can see your post, sir.
Oh, all right. That is very good. Thank you. All right. So we can see that we are now collaborating. We've created the general channel where people, so in the general channel, I can decide to add everybody in the workspace. So for now, in this general channel, what we have is just the people that have added. Now I want to create an assignment team. Now this team is a team of people that would handle assignments, right? So I'm going to come here. I'm going to add them. So let me add this channel. Add. It's not here yet, so let's see. Let me add. So I'm going to add people to the assignment team. So let me add. Let me add. Dr. Mrs. Hamza. Let me add. I've added this to they're in the general. Okay, let me add Judith. All right, so I'm going to add these 3 people to the assignment team. So I'm going to go ahead in the assignment team in that channel. I'm going to say, have you done the assignments? Right. So I'm going to ask a very rude question. Sorry. Okay. And then let me add an emoji. Very rude emoji. Let me green a bit. All right, so I added Victor Stevens. I added 2 other people. I'm not sure. So if you've been added to the assignment team and you can see my message, I'd like a response from you. Please, your responses are very important, so we are collaborating here. Okay, so in the classroom gist, I'm going to add some people. Let me add more people. Let's see. So yeah. And let me add so I just added some more people to the classroom gist. I'm going to send them a message. Hey. All right. So now what I've been able to do is I've been able to create a workspace called Productivity Tool for Fourth Industrial Revolution. Now in that workspace, I've added teammates or team members. Each of these team members, they don't have a role. They are just members of the workspace. Now, in order to assign roles to them so that they will know what they are trying to do, I created 3 channels. I created the general channel, I created the class assignment team channel, I made the assignment team channel private, and I created the classroom gist channel. So I added specific people to each channels. So now the thing is, you can only see or interact with whatever channel you're in. So what Slack is trying to do here is that it's trying to organize the workspace. It's trying to organize the team, unlike um, platforms like WhatsApp or um, messages or Facebook, or as the case may be, where everything is just jumbled up and scattered together. Slack is a channel-based system. So if you're in a particular channel or a particular team, you stay there, and everything within that team stays in that team, except you're added to that particular oh, I can see somebody sending a response. Hi, in front of that's very interesting. So now what I want us to do is, I'm sorry if you've not been added to a team yet, I'll do that in a bit. But if you've been added to a team, I'd like you to send messages to your particular channel. Send messages so that I'll know that everything is working fine. Okay, you can see if you're on the generals channel, sending the post in the generals channel so that we know that we are together. Okay, now that we are there, another thing I mentioned that in general, let me see if people are posting. Okay, good. I can see messages. Please, if you've not been added, apologies, please. The people in the assignment team, I'm not getting any response from you. Let me add more people to the assignment team. Or perhaps let me add. I want to see people that have not been added yet. Let me add. Let's see. I don't know if yeah, so okay. All right. So now we can see how interactive Slack is, how interesting it is. So it means in your business, in your workspace, wherever it is you are, you can always okay. So remember I said that there's a place called DMs, right? So now that I added people, when I sent invite, if you accept an invite, I get a notification. But in this case, I get it as a direct message that oh, somebody has sent in an invitation. Somebody has accepted my invitation. Now, if I come to my activity, there's no notification yet, right? Now, what I want us to do is I want to look at how threads and reactions work. So I'm going to do a simple please, if you've not been, I'm going to add as many people as possible, but hold on a bit. Let me uh, explain some things. All right, apologies, please. So I'm going to do something. So in the classroom gist, I'm going to respond to somebody's message, and I want us to pay attention to my screen. Just look at what I'm doing. So somebody Bello sent a message. I'm going to come here and I'm going to reply. I'm going to reply that message. Now, if you try to reply the message, something pops up and you're seeing thread. So that's how threads work. So threads, you can decide to, instead of posting a general message, you can decide to uh, reply a specific message. But the interesting is that if we are familiar with apps like X, Thread, then this should be very easy to understand. So Bello said, "Hi, instructor." I'm going to respond. I'm going to say, "Hello, Bello." Right. Now I can decide for this reply to be sent to both the entire classroom, the entire channel, or just Bello. But I'm trying to respond to Bello. So I'm going to not tick this checkbox here. So I'm going to send in the message. You see, now it's only Bello that will get a notification, or will get a will be notified that, oh, somebody has replied to their message. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to reply to everybody's message, and I would want the person to reply me back as a thread. So we're going to create a thread. So I'm going to head over to Priscilla's message, and I'm going to send a message. I'm going to send hello Priscilla, right? So I'm going to send it. I'm going to send to Senna. I'm going to send the message. Then I'm going to reply to uh, send a reply to Katrine, which just wishes. So you see how threads work. Now the same thing applies to reaction. I can decide to react to a particular message. So I'm going to head over to the general uh, channel, and then I'm going to react. So you see reaction. So you're going to look for any emoji you want. I'm going to send in a reaction, thumbs up, just to this particular one. So that's how Slack works. It just makes it easy for us to collaborate, for us to, you know, share things. Now, another interesting thing I also talked about was adding attachments like images, audio, video, as the case may be. So let's say I don't really have any video on my computer now. So let's say you want to send a message, and you're going to come here. I'm going to say new attachment, right? Okay. So this plus sign allows you to attach any document, anything. This allows you to record video in real time. This allows you to record audio clip in real time, right? So that's how it works. So it's basically how chat work, other messaging or social platforms also work. Now you can also mention someone, right? Mentioning someone, it's you have this icon here, at is used to mention someone. So let's start. If I click this plus sign, I can decide to um upload a file from my computer. All right, so this is the most viable option here. Upload from your computer. If you're using a mobile device, upload from your mobile phone, right? So Slack is not too different as it is in in the desktop environment. It's not too different from the um mobile environment, right? So I can decide to record audio. It's kind of like when you want to send voice notes or you want to send video notes, you can decide to record and send, right? I want to mention someone, I can decide to do this, choose who is in that channel, right? And then I'll mention the person. So let me mention Bodna that just joined us. I'm going to mention him. I'm going to say hello. Right, and then I'm going to send this. So you can see he's, even if he's not in that channel at the time, he's going to get a notification that he has been mentioned, right? So we have to do this. All right. So that's how Slack works. That's basically what Slack is all about. So if you are in, let's give a case scenario. If you are in an environment, you're working on an app, then you have the front end team, you have the back end team, and then you have the guys handling APIs and your database. You can create, okay, oh, let's begin to work as a team. You come to Slack, create a workspace. Let's say it's an e-commerce app or it's a fintech you're trying to build. You call it e-commerce for selling Gary, right? Or platform for selling Gary. You create different channels. You create your general channel where everybody come and then say what they want to say. You have meetings. You can create a channel for the front end team. You can create a channel for the back end team. Create a channel for people handling security and DevOps, as the case may be. And then those people can collaborate, interact, share ideas, have meetings if they want, without it interfering with the other people. Now, what is interesting is that you, as the owner of that workspace, can can now connect everything together. You are available in all channels. You can collaborate with all the channels at the same time. You can send them messages. You can monitor them in real time. So that is how interesting Slack is. So if we have not gotten anything, at least we know that these two, if tomorrow you want to collaborate, you want to do some a bulk project that requires plenty people and different teams and sub teams, you know your go-to tool. Just use Slack, create different channels, add them there, begin to collaborate and begin to monitor everybody. So that's basically what Slack is about. So now that we've done this, I can now take questions. And please, if I've not added you to the Slack community, that will be your assignment. What we're going to do is we're going to do a simple project, right? I don't know how many people are in attendance in this class or how many people are in the class in total. I am not sure, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to divide. No, I'll give us the task by the end of the class. So if we have questions, please, I would like to take questions from what I have talked about in Slack. Is I saw some hands? Yeah. Okay. I can see a hand up. Please unmute your microphone and ask your question. Okay, let's take one after the other. Let's start with Yokoro. Please ask your question. Unmute your mic and ask your question. Good evening. Welcome.
Good evening, sir. Thank you. Sincerely apologies. Today is my first day of joining the training, and honestly, though your explanations to me, my understanding of it is a bit shady because I've not been here from the beginning, so I don't even know what we are doing right now. I honestly say.
Okay.
So the question is, can we give a summary or a synopsis of what we have been doing so far? Because I just joined.
Is it from the first day or just for today's class?
Not just like I just entered my Gmail. I saw an information 25 days ago that the registration, the training, I've been given a link. I just had to add the link and I joined WhatsApp today. I joined you guys to communicate. So I'm really sorry I never knew.
Okay. So what is interesting is that we've had sessions and each of these sessions were all recorded and the videos are available, right?
All right.
The videos are available. So you can always go back to because the videos are like live classes like this, classes that I've had. So you can always go back to those videos and re-attend the classes.
How do I do that?
So the videos are available on the platform, on the B.O.F website, right? So one of the admin you're on the group chat, right, for productivity tools.
Yes.
Yeah. So an admin, the one of the coordinators, Miss Esther, would attend to you and give you information on that. But the videos are available, even for the last class.
All right, so I mean, B.O.F needs that champion program. That's where I am.
Okay, so you'll be added to
Yeah.
this specific group for this particular for the productivity tools.
Okay, so I've seen productivity tools.
Oh yeah, so that's the platform. So
Yes. Should I
one of the
join?
coordinators, Miss Esther, yes, you can. You should join. She would attend to you.
Okay.
All right, thank you. I can see somebody's Judith. Please ask your question. Okay, Judith, we're waiting for you. Okay, I'd like to proceed to the next thing. Oh, all right. So that's basically what we've been able to do. We've seen how tools can help us collaborate and uh, how tools can help us collaborate as a team, how we can create workspace on Slack. So a bit of a recap on what we've been able to achieve today. We've been able to create a Slack account. So I created a workspace. So I own that workspace. And I've been able to add people. So like I said, if you create a new workspace, you can add people right there on the go during creation, or you can skip that part and then head over to this create new here, and then you have invite people. You can invite people, right? Yeah. So this is how you add people to Slack. Now Slack has some apps, right? So if I go here and then you have Slack bots and do browse apps, depending on what you want to do, they have so many things that can help you. So let's see, you can add Google Calendar to your Slack. We can add Google Drive to Slack. We can add Zoom to Slack. So if you want to schedule meetings, we can do that. We can add, maybe we want to add a pool to Slack. We can do that. We can even add Trello to Slack. So Trello is a tool we'll be looking at much later. I think in our next meeting. You can add WebEx. WebEx is for video conference, video meeting. So you can add anything to collaborate. And we go back to our home, and then we looked at how we create channels. I added some people. So if you open a particular channel, you can this plus button add channel allows you to create new channel, right? So you can send direct message. So because I own this workspace, I'm able to manage this workspace, right? Okay. So that is it. So basically what we have, we go to threads, you can see all the threads that I've sent actual but they are mostly in the classroom gist for people that I sent. So that's basically how interesting Slack can be. So like I said, we'll look at Slack and then we'll look at another tool for collaboration is Microsoft Teams, right? It's nearly almost the same thing as it's not as the same, it's not the same thing as Slack, but it's almost like okay, Judith, please ask your questions before I proceed to the next thing. Unmute your microphone and ask your question.
So you
Yes,
already
sorry.
answered that. Okay.
Yeah, one person at a time, please.
Okay. Let me wait
Yeah.
then.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I wanted to ask you to recap the lesson, but you already did that.
Oh, okay, all right. Thank you for that. Okay.
Can I talk now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Good evening. And then thanks once again for this wonderful lesson. My question is, you said you've added us to the general group on Slack, right? And then this group has subgroups like the assignments. So if any message is dropped in these subgroups, those of us that are on the general group, are we not going to get access to those messages?
Okay, yeah. So if I added you, if you've been added to the general channel, right? The general
Yes.
channel, and now I add and I didn't add you to the assignment team, for example, this assignment team now, right?
Yes.
If something is sent on the assignment team, you in the general channel cannot see or reply or respond to it because it's a private channel,
Okay.
right? So,
Yes, sir.
but if I add you to both the general channel and the assignment channel, so anything I post on the assignment channel, provided you are there, you're in that team, right? You would see the
Okay.
message and respond to messages. You can react. You're responding because you're already added. If I decide to remove anybody from that space or from that team or from that channel, the person will no longer have access to it.
Okay.
All right, thank you for your question. Okay. All right. So I said I was going to talk about Microsoft Teams. Right. Now, the Microsoft Teams is an interesting tool, right? Because it helps, just like it's almost like having a video conferencing tool and at the same time having a community or having a team. So those people you can schedule events, you can schedule meetings at your convenience, like the way you want. So unlike Google Meet, where you create a meeting link and then start sharing the link and then giving people access to join the meeting, Microsoft Teams is not just like that. It goes beyond just creating meeting links and then sharing those links. It has an ability for you to create communities, the ability for you to create channels, and then the ability for you to schedule meetings. So what we're going to do today is we're going to head over to the Teams, Microsoft Teams page, and then see how the environment looks like. But I'm going to give us a bit of a disclaimer, right? Or a bit of an information. So there are two features that exist in the Microsoft Teams, right? There are two features that exist, two distinct features. If you're using a personal account, you get different feature from somebody that is using a paid or a corporate Microsoft 365 account. So there are features you don't get. So I'm going to tell you the difference between those features. But let me head over to Teams and show you how the environment looks like. Just give me a second. Share my link. So I'm going to share my entire screen so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So you can access the Microsoft Teams on browser or on the browser or you download the desktop app. So you can download either the desktop app, install it, or use it on your browser, or you download the mobile app. So those are the three ways you can use. So even if you're using a smartphone, you're not limited to the Microsoft Teams tool. If you're using a PC and you don't have it downloaded, you're still not limited to it. If you're using a a CC and you've downloaded it, you still have access to the features you want. All right, so I'm going to head over to the first way to access the Microsoft Teams. So I'm going to head over to Teams. Let's just go to Teams. Let's search it. So if you see, you're going to see this one, teams.live.com. 1 minute. I want someone to confirm that they can see my screen, please. All right.
Yes, we can.
All right. So head over to your browser. It's easier to just search for Teams login, whatever, and then you're going to see Microsoft Teams. So I'm going to click this link here, and then it will take you to the website or whatever, the platform or the portal. So you can either start a meeting for free, join a meeting, or create an account and see how the environment looks like. So I'm going to sign in. So I'm going to sign in real quick. Now I don't have an account with this particular device, so it's going to be a bit tricky. I don't have an account. So if you click sign in, it will request that you input your Microsoft account. So one of the things you should have set already is the Microsoft account. All right, so let's wait for it to load. All right, so I'm going to I already have a Microsoft account. So I'm going to sign in with my Microsoft account. So I'm going to say, let me just this. All right, so I'm going to go ahead, sign in. All right, so it will tell me to either use my phone to sign in or use a standard security key, right, or my fingerprint or something. Now this can be very tricky and we don't want that. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to sign in, go back to sign in another way. Then it will now tell you to sign in using your password because that's what I have. Or you can decide to sign in by the code. With the code they'll send to your email. So I'm going to use my password to sign in. I'm going to go ahead, use my password to sign in. All right. Ooh, interesting. Oh my God. All right. So I think we are in. I know I don't want to save this, not on. So we are in. No, I don't want this. I don't want to use this. So yeah. So let's give it a little bit more time. Okay, so we are in. Welcome to Teams. We are signed in. All right. So just give it a bit more time to initialize some things. This is my network is just crazy. Okay. All right. So we are now. This is environment. Now this environment is what you see if you are using a personal account. This is the environment you see if you're using a personal account. Right, this is the environment you see. So now I'm going to explain the environment for us very well so that we can see. This is what I want to show. All right, so now what like I said, essentially, what we want to achieve with the Microsoft Teams is ability for us to create a community, add people on that community, and create a meeting or an event, right? That's what we want to do. So there are two things you can do on the Microsoft Teams platform. You can use it to organize meeting, online meeting, just like what we're having here, just like what we're having on Google Meet. You can do that on Microsoft Teams. So I could just easily come here, go to Meet. Okay, I did explain all of the icons we have here. So let me quickly start. Here at the top right hand corner is your profile. You're the account manager, right? Here, these ellipses you're seeing here are options for you to go to your settings, look at help, feedback, just preferences, and how you can tweak this. Then on the right hand side, on the left hand side, you have chats. Chat is where so if we have a meeting, let's say we're having a meeting, or we had a meeting, and all of these in-call messages we are getting here now, just like as you're sending messages on this interaction, this meeting that we're having now, right? It gets stored in Microsoft Teams. You see it here as chat, right? You see it here as chat. So anytime you want to review the chat you had, you can always come and review that particular event, right? Then you have Meet. This is where you create an instant meeting. You can just come here, create a meeting link, and people share the link and people will join, just like as we are doing now. Or you can schedule a meeting for a particular time. So you can schedule it on your calendar. Maybe you have a meeting for tomorrow, next week, as the case may be. You can schedule a meeting here. Now you can join with a meeting ID. So somebody has already created a meeting link, you can join here. So this part is basically how you join and create instant or scheduled meetings. Then people, here is your contacts. If you want to add people to your contacts where you can easily have meetings with them or create events with them, you do that. So you can do invite to teams, you copy the link, share, and then people join, right? And then you have copilots, the AI assistant for this. And then another interesting thing is communities. Now, this is what I want to talk about: communities and calendars. Now, communities is, I was playing out. Let me see. Okay, good. So communities is like just like the way we created on Slack. We created channels and workspace, on Slack. That's how Microsoft Teams work. You can create communities, add people to that community. They can interact, share message and send messages to one another, have events. So before we call it a day, we're going to do one last demonstration, right? Now that demonstration is I'm going to add one or two people to the team, and then we'll see what we can do, right? So like I said, this is the community. So let's go to the community. Let's head over to communities. In communities, I'm going to create a new community here. I'm going to create a new community. I'm going to call that community, let me call the community productivity tool class. Okay, productivity tool community. Okay, let's call it productivity tool. All right, short description. This is where we collaborate and learn about productivity tool. All right, so all right. Okay, so I'm going to create this community. Now you see that, you notice it has been created, right? So under this community, we can add channels. We can add different channels. So I can come here and say, let me create a channel. Let me call the channel Notion channel. I'm going to add Notion channel. I'm going to create another channel. Let me call the channel Slack. I'm going to add. I'm going to create another one, and I'll call it Teams. Right. So we can even decide to edit. So let's change the. Let me edit this channel. Let me change Notion. Let's use something more interesting. Let's use this. Okay. All right. So we have these three channels now existing: Notion, Slack, and Teams in our productivity tools community, right? So I can decide to add people now. So what I'm going to do is in this productivity tools community, I will come here and then I'm going to add invite members. So I can invite members by email. So I'm going to do exactly what I did. I'm going to do exactly what I did with Slack. I'm going to copy maybe random people, 3 people emails. I'm going to do this. I'm going to paste this. Right, I will do. I'll copy this person. I'm going to paste this. And then I will, let's see. Click form here. Let's see. Just paste this. Okay. Let me copy one more person. Let me add one more person.
Like, do you understand? Oh God, life.
Please, I would appreciate it if you mute your
Not the
microphone.
life I'm back. I'm doing everything at once. I have known now. Today now, the top of Slack for communication.
They don't add you. They don't cohort to the person.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to send an invitation link to 3 people. I'm going to send to Ridwan, Rejoice, and Mercy. If you're online and available, I want you to. I'd appreciate it if you confirm that you've received a Teams invitation to join the community. And that should be the last thing we'll do today. I sent an invitation to Ridwan, Mercy, and Rejoice. I'd like for you to confirm that you've seen it. You've gotten an email invite from Microsoft Teams. Well, while we're waiting for them to confirm that and accept the invite, we can carry on. And I'm sure you can see my screen. Okay, so that is how you add people. So you go to invite members, input the phone numbers of the person you want to invite and or their email address. Right, and you can invite up to 30 people for a personal account. So this account is a personal account, it's not a corporate account. If it's a corporate account, you can invite as many people as possible. Right. So now this is the community. You can send in announcements, right? You can post, send in posts. So let's say the subject of this post is task, right? Then I can say new task. new task, right? So I'm going to post this. So I decided to choose if it's a post or announcement, but let's make it a post, right? So I'm going to send this post, and then it's here. So people that I sent invite to, if they've accepted the invite, they would see this post and then they can reply or send in reactions as the case may be. So let's assume that I already have, oh, you've not received it yet. Okay. Let me add, let me see. Okay, I'm going to send. I sent another one. Please confirm if you received it. I sent it. Check your email address, your Gmail. So now that's it. So let's assume that people are already in this community. Now we want to have a meeting, right? Now this is where teams gets interesting. I can decide to add an event, create an event. So I'll create an event. Now in this event, I'll click on create event, add the title of the event. Let's call it team meeting, right? Let's call it team meeting. The event is for tomorrow, so we'll change the date to 5th of January 2026. Let's make the time 10 p.m. to let's make 5th to 5th. No? Okay, hold on. Let's see. Let's see, 5th. Alright, so let's schedule this for, let me see, 10 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. right? And then let's see. So all day we can try to make the meeting throughout the day, but we just want it to be scheduled for just 30 minutes, right? We now another thing here is this part means, do you want the meeting to be on that particular 10 every 10 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. daily or weekly or monthly or yearly as the case may be? You can try to set it so that by that particular time the link is made available for people to join. So let's make it weekly. So we can now set, okay, it will repeat once every week. It will start on this Wednesday and once every week, and then we can go ahead and save, right? If we want to add locations, we can add, let's say, Lagos, Nigeria, right? And then if you want to put details of the meeting, or meeting, things you want to talk about, whatever, as the case may be. So anything you want to add, blah, 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 right? Now, when you're done, you go ahead and you can try to add a new image here at the cover page, and then you can go ahead and send. So by the time we are done, you're going to see this invitation to for people to join, right? Now, by the time you copy this link, copy it, then and paste it, you can see that people can now join the meeting link, right? Please, if you've not seen the Microsoft Teams link I sent you, I think it should be from the network or something, or you should have gotten it by now. Let's see, hold on. So I'm going to copy a link. If you have the time, click on the link and see what pops. Let's see. So this now, if you go to your community events in productivity tools, you can now see all the meetings that we've scheduled. So from today, which is April 1st, we have a meeting 10 p.m. We have April 8th. So by every 7 days, every weekly basis, we have this meeting. So that's how it's scheduled, right? So I'm going to come here. I already copied. Let me come here. I'm going to copy the invitation link and then I will paste it here. See if it works. So this is the meeting. So if you click that link, you can join the meeting, but it's a dummy meeting, so there's no point clicking the link. So what I'm trying to do is to demonstrate the capabilities of Microsoft Teams. Now, this is for the community, the community event. Now, I can try to go to a particular channel, let's say Slack channel, right? And there are people in Slack channels. So I can decide to add people in Slack channel, create an event. When I create the event, it's people in that Slack channel that will be in that event. So that's interesting about Teams. So unlike Google Meet that we're using, Teams, you can create communities, add community events, people schedule meetings. The messages in the meetings would be seen in the chat in your Teams application or Teams home. So that's basically what it's all about. And that's what we were hoping to achieve today. So basically what we've done today is we've looked at collaboration and communication tools. We saw the Slack environment, see how, okay, good, I can see people they are accepting and then they're joining. And then we've seen how collaboration tools work. Now the question is, okay, if you're working on a project, so I'm going to ask through this question. If you have, I need honest answers and replies based on what you think. So the two questions are this: one, between Slack, from what you've seen Slack do, between Slack and WhatsApp, what tool do you prefer to manage your workspace or your work environment if you have Teams? That's the first question. The second question is, between Microsoft Teams and Google Meet, from what we've seen in the Microsoft Teams, between Microsoft Teams and Google Meet, or okay, let's use Google Meet. Which one do you prefer to manage online meetings or video conferencing? Okay, I can see your replies. That is interesting. Okay. All right. Okay, if you didn't receive login details, you'll be attended to. So send your complaints to the group chat. Okay, you can see the responses are great. So it means that we understood how the Slack environment works and how important it is. So I'm going to assume that moving forward, if you're faced with your organization, your workplace, wherever it is you are, and you have to manage a team, then oh, I'm going to use Slack to manage this project. Excuse me. So that's what we have for today, right? That's what we have for today. So we've been able to cover the Slack and the Teams tool, right? So when next we meet, we'll look at another tool and another productivity function, and the tool we use to handle that function. I don't know if we have questions. If you have questions, you can ask your questions. Or if you have challenges, you did not understand anything, you can ask your questions. And remember that the class is recorded. You can always go back and watch the videos. Okay, your question, please. Mr. Ridwan, your question. Yeah, attendance link will be sent on the group chat, so you can always fill it there. Then the assignment, the task for today's class will be dropped on the platform by tomorrow. It's going to be be more practical than the last one. So for those people that still have challenges with the last assignment, you can always reach out to me. Now, what I'm going to do for the last class, I will revisit the, if you still have challenges, I'm going to see how many, I'm going to send a poll on the group chat to see people that are still having challenges with the Notion and the Google Drive tools. If you're still having challenges, then I'm going to revisit it probably in our next class. So I don't know if there are further questions or if anybody has a challenge.
Sir, good evening, sir. Thank you very much for the insights. We really appreciate. And my question goes thus. Let's say, for example, for the Microsoft team, whereby we have a community, maybe we have a larger volume of people that are going to join the meeting. What is the maximum volume of participants to join the Microsoft team? You know, Google Meet have a volume of people that could attend, at least to some certain weight. So I don't know for the Microsoft team, though I've used it, but I don't know the highest volume.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you for that question. Now, Google Meet for a free tier account, the maximum is around, I think, 100 people. I think it should be more than 100, right? And then the time is basically 1 hour. Then when you pay for a Google Workspace, you can have as many people as possible and longer time. The same thing applies to the Microsoft Teams. Now, the interesting thing about Microsoft Teams is that for a personal account in Microsoft Teams, you can have a longer time. Now, this is interesting. Unlike Google Meet, you can have a longer time. Then for the community, like I said, you can only add 30 people at once, like at the same time in the community for a personal account. If it's a Microsoft 365 professional account, you can add as many people as possible at once. So, but for the meeting, for the Microsoft Teams meeting, you can have as many people. I'm not particularly sure the exact number or the threshold, right? But you can have as many people as possible for the Microsoft Teams. I don't know if I answered your question. I sent a question for those people using smartphones. The Slack and the Microsoft Teams, it's not going to be exactly the same as laptops or PCs because of screen size. It's definitely going to be slightly different, but every function, every icon you're seeing on the screen on the desktop or the laptop is going to be there on your mobile device. It's just the orientation will be different. That's the thing, right? So if you're using a smartphone and you want to use Slack or Teams, it's basically the same thing. Just follow the same process, right? Okay. Any other question? Okay, I'm still we're about to end. So Mr. Ridwan, like I said, Google Meet for a free account, I think it's about 100, but Microsoft Teams should handle up to 200 or 300. Yeah, I think 200 or more than that for a personal account. right? But for an enterprise account, like corporate account, you can have up to 1,000 or 800 or 700 participants, right? So that's the thing. Okay, so if there are no further questions or challenges, okay, for those people that were not added to the teams or the Slack channels, don't worry. The assignment I'm going to give you will be as practical as what we did. So you'll have the opportunity to do that. So we'll collaborate. I'll add you. So what I'm going to do, a request will be sent later to the group chat. Just keep your fingers crossed tomorrow on how we're going to go about the assignment. All right, thank you and have a wonderful evening. My name is Victor Iburichi. I'm your instructor for this course. And shout out to the DG of NIDA, the DG of Digital Literacy and Capacity Building, and the founder of B.O.F, Body Media Foundation. Hope to see you on the next class where we would explore more tools and probably, if time is on our side, would go back and revisit some other tools that we did not really handle properly. All right, thank you and good night.